Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Level Up Chronicles, where we dive deep into the dynamic world of content creation. I'm your host, Schmoogly, and this is the channel that brings you inspiring stories, valuable insights, and the vibrant journeys of creators just like you. Welcome to episode 4. Here at Level Up Chronicles, or Luck for short, we believe that content creation is more than just luck, but rather a culmination of dedication, hard work, and of course, a little bit of luck. Because sometimes a fortunate break can make all the difference. This isn't your average podcast. Luck is a platform that creates exposure and celebrates creators who possess that undeniable spark and the passion to turn their dreams into a living reality. We understand that success is within reach for those who have it, but often lack the exposure that they need. And that is why I started this channel. So whether you're a master of Call of Duty, a virtuoso in the world of Minecraft, or an extraordinary storyteller, Level Up Chronicles is the place for you. Our platform welcomes creators of all types, from gaming enthusiasts to vloggers, animators, musicians, artists, and everything in between. I am here to introduce you to a wide range of creators, bring you their stories, and showcase their content. Our goal is to provide a chance for those who may not have stumbled upon your unique talents otherwise. So grab a seat, get ready to be inspired, and join us on this remarkable journey through the world of content creation. Level Up Chronicles is your passport to meet extraordinary individuals who are crafting their own destinies. Today, I have with me Cano. Hello, Cano. Welcome.
Hello. Appreciate you. That was a beautiful intro, Schmoogly. Well done.
Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
I am doing just wonderful, Mike. I honestly appreciate you for having me on your podcast. It is an honor. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I guess kind of introduce yourself a little bit and tell me about Kano.
Okay, no. So, all right. Well, hello. My name is David. But in the content creation world, I am known as Kano. I've been content creating, I would say, since I would say mid 2020. So, right when the pandemic hit, was like, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to do this for fun and be able to do what I want to do and just basically have fun with my content and just show the world how unique I am. And from that point on, I started go ahead and doing what I wanted to do. And from there, it's been I would say up and down. There's some moments where I hit a little rough patch. There's some moments where I'm in a good stride. But honestly, that's the world of content creating. You just gotta keep rolling with it and just don't give up and keep following your dreams. Honestly, ever since I started, I have 4 kids, so it's been a little bit of a roller coaster because at that time when I did start content creation, my youngest son Zaire, he was born in September, so I had a newborn on top with me trying to do everything. But besides that, it's been a blast. My kids support me. My older kids support me on my journey. My little kids, my youngest doesn't know yet, but my 5-year-old sees me on YouTube on the big screen on my TV sometimes, and
Love it.
she's like, oh look, it's daddy. So it's honestly melts my heart. But besides that, I just want to fulfill my dream. I mean, as much as everyone, that's all you viewers, as much as everyone knows, everyone loves playing video games. Who wouldn't want to have that career, that career that you love it to play video games and have make a living off of it? But so that's what I would love to do. That's my all-time goal. But until I get to that point, I got my responsibilities. Of course, number one, I got to be a dad, and I got to provide for my family, for my children. And from there, I do this on the side when I can. Like right now, I do not do anything throughout the day. I just honestly, once all the kids hit the bed around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then that's when my grind hours start. Once they're all in bed, and sometimes there are moments I stay up super late, and then of course sometimes during work I'm super drowsy. But then I know at the end of the day it's going to be worth it. So that's a little bit about me. Besides that, I love video gaming, and I love meeting new people so far. And ever since I've been working more on my content, I did end up joining Team Name Loading, as you know, best team out there in the world. If you guys don't know, please follow their Twitter. And I've been honestly grinding with Schmoogly. Schmoogly's been on a phenomenal creator and a great friend, and that's all about me. Next question.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Well, moving on to the next question, you kind of brought it on yourself, but so being a part of team name loading, of course, I imagine has impacted your content creation journey. So what kind of opportunities, um, kind of walk me through your way of finding team name loading, and then also, um, everyone, Kano is actually the esports manager for TNL. So kind of walk me through those responsibilities, and I guess how do you manage your time with your own content? How do you manage your time with the team content? How do you manage your time with being a family man? Um, all that jazz.
Gotcha. So when I first started as TNL, at first I was brought on. So I guess let me go back to the beginning. So there was I would say sometime around 2021 there was another org that I was like, you know what, this org looks appealing. I'm gonna go ahead. I want to see if I can make things happen. So something to jumpstart my content career. And I honestly, grinding my ass off, doing my own things, editing, and then long story short, that org, it just I felt like it never really truly saw the potential in myself. And as much as I knew I was busting my ass off essentially, and doing all I can for people of that org to see me, it never worked out. But as soon as as soon as honestly I saw that my friends that I saw them creating their own org themselves, the owners, Fractal, Stag, and Bubba, they announced they created their own org, and they really want to showcase and bringing on creators that deserve that opportunity. So from that moment on, I was like, I'm very interested. Of course, I want to be able to not only one work on myself, keep boosting up my level of creativity, but I also want to assist with the team and bring them on. I mean, help them escalate and show the world how great TNL is. And from there, I was reached out with the opportunity, and I was brought on as a content creator and a community manager. And from there, started working on the community and started working on my own content, as well as trying to help on with team content. So how it works is that I try to, with my own content, I like to kind of try to keep a schedule in place. And I am not gonna lie, my wife kind of helps me out with that because she's a
Hey,
really great
that's
one.
okay. The support
She's
is good. The support is what you
sh-
need.
she's like honestly one of the best. Like she helps me so much with a lot of things, but besides that, she kind of gives me the ideas with how to organize things. So, but besides that, so we're kind of working with the schedule, and then from there working on some of my content, some of the community things I need to do for the community, and of course work on team content. And then I would say maybe I would say probably 5 months, 6 months going in. The community has been growing. It's been wonderful, but I knew we dived into the world of esports because we did create a Valorant team that
Yes.
not only myself but some of the owners were talking about it. So from there, I met some people, and I was like, you know what, maybe we have an idea. We can bring something together, and then from there we could kind of build off of it. And jump and then honestly flash forward almost another 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Our esports community has skyrocketed through the roof. We have three team. We have, as of right now, we have three teams. We have a high elo team that is going to be starting within I would say 3 to 4 weeks. We have a low elo team that is starting next Monday, and then we just had our mid elo team go on a sensational a run on their first season in mid elo heroes, hosted by M2 Michael. Shout out to you, a phenomenal league and a phenomenal caster. We appreciate you. But we ended up going on an undefeated run all the way to the grand finals, and unfortunately we came up so short, losing in the decisive game 5, 13-11, therefore ending up as runner-ups in that league, ending in a 12-1 record. Which honestly, at the end of the day, I'm so proud of everyone, so proud of the team, so proud of all the players that came together. The community, our watch party was insane. We
Yeah.
had so many members in the Discord that were just rooting them on. But overall, job well done to everyone. And honestly, to get to the point, I still how I try to manage my time is try to follow a schedule that my wife has been trying to help with me. And I'm not gonna lie, how much of a mental. That's in Spanish. That's for dummy. Sometimes I don't listen and I, not follow the schedule and I kind of get caught on doing other things. But
Right.
she's been trying to help me get back on course, and honestly it's been working. I do have a lot of content that I've been thinking on onto the side to work on for myself, but right now with how esports is going, Valorant's up there. Call of Duty, as you know, Schmoog, if no one knows, Schmoogly is our Call of Duty lead. Schmoogly has been working a lot with Fractal, which is another owner on the Call of Duty side. They've been working on kind of finding, see if they can find tournaments, any leagues, and honestly, and I try on my spare time when I'm free from work, I try to see if I can search up and find any leagues, anything on the site for our rock. Oh, also, our Rocket League team, they did just have their debut last night
Yes.
on their first league, which I'm not going to lie. I'm a bad esports manager. I forgot the name of the league, but I will
Los
find it.
champs. Los
There,
champs.
Los champs. So the Schmoogly, thank you for the
Of
for the for
course.
the
Of
for the
course.
safety net there. But their first game did so well. Apparently, after getting some details, I did hear that this team that they just faced was the almost like the top team in that 17 team league they're in, and
Crazy.
for them to go, unfortunately they went 2-0 and then they did get reverse sweep, but for them to ultimately go all 5 games, and literally it was all one score games for
Right.
them to do that. I'm still so proud of them, even though we started off with an L. It's okay. I believe in the team. So shout out to Rocket League. You guys are doing phenomenal. Keep it up. But overall, that's I try to find ways to kind of write things down and try to find ways to manage with, if it's not esports related. It is team content. I know
Yep.
I did get 2 videos just recently done with the team, so that's going to be coming out shortly on our YouTube. So please make sure you're subscribed over there, por favor. And I just honestly, to answer your question, so I just try to manage everything I can with a little schedule. So
Yeah, and that's great. That's wonderful that you have support from your wife and your family. I mean, that's a huge thing for me when it comes to creating content. I mean, without the support of my wife or my family, it would be hard to even, kind of do this. And like you said, most of us, I feel like most of the creators that I know in the space are older and do have families and do this at night, and we do this because we're passionate about it and because this is what we want to do, not because we just do it to do it. Like, we're actually trying to make something out of this. And lately, a lot of people that I've seen just posting and creating, if you follow their stories, they are, late 20s, mid 20s, late 30s, and this is what they do, and they've made it successful. So I think it's definitely something that we're striving towards, and I think being a part of TNL definitely helps with that. To those people out there that do say, "Oh, being on an org is not the way to go," can you what's your take on that? Because I know in a way there are certain pros and cons of orgs, but I TNL is just something different. I mean, it's not like these orgs that are using, like, kind of give me your insight on that a little bit.
So, how my insight is on that in regards to, I mean, not necessarily. I would say being in an org is just it's gonna automatically catapult you to success.
Yep.
Just because, in order for you to honestly find your way to get into an org, it's just a matter of, one, how creative you can be, how unique you can be with your own content, and also one of the key things. This is brought up by Fractal and Juice on the latest TNL Takeover podcast, which is on their YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all about consistency.
Yes.
Consistency is one of the biggest things. I mean, well, we're not. Let me just say this: it's not always about the numbers when about yourself. It's about you putting in the work, putting in the
Right.
effort, and like if we see a creator that's like, like you can have like 2 subscribers on YouTube, but we notice the growth, and all of a sudden you have like maybe a hundred subscribers within like 2 months. If
Yeah.
we see the growth, we see your, the views, we see your videos have some sort of,
You're
unique
trying. You have
you're
effort.
exactly. We see that, and then we're like, you know what, maybe we can go ahead and work with you and see if, that you be a right fit. And then we do have there is a sort of say, I'm not, if anyone's in our Discord that's been paying attention, there is a prospect role in our Discord. So what, if no one knows what that is essentially, if we see that you have that potential that you could be possibly on the team, we could put you in that role, and then from there you'll have the benefits to work, directly with the creators, or myself or Val, our community manager. You can work with us, and we can give you the necessary tools to see if you want to catapult yourself up even to newer limits. And
Yeah,
essentially, and if it works out, then you can be essentially brought on the roll. If you guys do not know, if you haven't been following what's going on with our org lately, our newest creator Chancho, he was in that TNL prospect role, I would say, for what, Schmoog, about 3-4 months, something
I'd
like
say
that.
3 4 months, and we did a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of helping with editing, a lot of helping with what kind of content to make. And really it's like a, yeah, it's just to help a creator out that really, really wants to better themselves. And this is something that you have to want yourself. It's not something that we're going to say, hey, you're the new prospect. It has to be, you want this, you want to do it, and you want to reach out to other people on TNL. Not, I mean, not just TNL, reach out to other people in general and say, hey, look, I want to be a creator. I just don't know what I'm doing. And that's what our prospect is. And I think it definitely is something that's good. And really we're keeping that to one or two people at this time. We're not trying to bring in a whole crew of people. Like, we really want to focus on certain creators. And that was great for Chancho's definitely now a part of TNL. But you know what, let's get back to Kano. Let's get back to Kano here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So yeah. Anyway, but regardless, to answer Shmoo, to answer your question, I think, honestly, or you don't, and essentially you don't need an org to automatically
yeah.
boost yourself, anything like that. You can honestly work for. Honestly, I was not in an org for three when I first started, for 3 years, and
Hmm.
I tried to work on myself, work on my content, and honestly, I did. There were moments at the beginning where I was lazy. I honestly
Yeah.
just I didn't feel like doing that much work. But now when I see, here, I'll just give you guys one good example that you don't need an org. Here, I am Rob TV. So
Absolutely.
he's a family man, just like us,
Yep.
just like Shmoog and myself.
Hmm.
He started from zero, and now he's worked his butt off, where he was part of an org. He was invited to an org, and then he himself decided an org is not necessary for him, for his growth.
Right.
Now, if you guys, if anyone, any viewer follows I Am Rob, he's grown to almost 80,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yep.
And when he was way less than that, when I first saw his channel.
Right.
And then and just recently he hit a milestone on his first million view YouTube video.
Yep.
And it's not about an org. An org is not, you don't need to join an org to boost yourself up. You want to join an org not only to find the family value, but also you want to better yourself.
Yes.
And because if you don't have that, then an org is not for you. We are not going to be doing the work for you. You are going to want to do the work yourself.
Absolutely. And that's agreeable with, anything. Like, you have to want it yourself before anything. Like, just having a name in front of you is not gonna, make you successful. So definitely great insight when it comes to that. So then moving on to some of your content specifically, Kano. You do a lot of story driven games content for your YouTube. And I know in this space it is kind of hard to find a niche really when it comes to creating videos and doing stuff like that. And I do think the story driven games are great for you, because as a family man, you don't have to be playing online for 5 to 6 hours to try to get clips. You can definitely play a story and use your voiceover, or use your excitement during that game. So tell me a little bit more about your content. Are you going to continue to focus on the story driven games? Are you kind of moving towards like FPS games? Are you moving towards, like, what's kind of your plan when it comes to that?
So great question. Great question. Because if anyone that's viewing has followed my content, so at first I did start off on story driven games. My very first on honestly series that I posted on YouTube, which this is honestly, and I'm not no BS, nothing. All I did was I was playing what is it called? I'm sorry. I was playing Resident Evil 3.
Hmm.
It came out, it was the remake. It came out on PS4. So what I was doing is I had my Rig 500 headset, my mic, my mic from my headset, and all I did was I recorded from my PlayStation itself. Literally, literally recorded it from there. Once it was done recording, grabbed a thumb drive, well, got it from my PlayStation, put the thumb drive in my computer. I had a Mac at the time,
My
and upload
goodness.
and I literally edited it from there and honestly posted it. No camera, no nothing, just me talking while I'm playing. And it's the first series I ever posted. And from there, I wanted to, ever since I wanted to dive deeper, I been always interested in the story driven games. So at this point though, so I'm not sure. So I did hit I needed a good mental break, a mental
Yeah.
pause for myself, because I was doing I kind of forcing out content, and some of that content, well, like I'll be honest, some of that content didn't really receive the traction that I would hope it would receive. So at that point I wanted to take a break, kind
Right.
of reset myself and think what I want. And during that process, if anyone follows my channel, any of my channels, I do play a lot of Valorant. I shouldn't say thought, I have a very good interest in Valorant. Maybe one day, maybe strictly playing that game. But there's, of course, I want to be able to, is that niche right for me? As of right now, it's all up in the air. I think I found something that I want to do, that I've been wanting to push out, and which in that case, it's going to be overall. It's not just story driven games, but I think it's just going to be content of all different varieties. So I've been thinking, this is honestly, this is an exclusive, because I haven't said
Woo.
anything to anyone. So I've been thinking of course, working on story driven games. Maybe post some matches of any Valorant games that I play. But one of the other things I was thinking of is maybe doing some counts. Oh, like top 10 countdown videos. So
Yeah.
also doing some interview videos myself with some other creators. Not necessarily a podcast. Just talking about some certain games coming up, or maybe better yet, I was honestly thinking of just doing overall just random games that I have never thought I would ever play in my life. Like honestly,
Yeah.
one of the big things that my kids have been pushing on me, which honestly I think it's going to drive me insane, but my kids have been really really wanting to push me on Roblox. And my kids are huge Roblox gamers, and this is coming from my oldest, who's about to be holy crap, don't get mad at me, Leah, she's about to be 14, there you go, I'm sorry.
Wow.
And then my second, who's about to be 12. Big, they love Roblox, they just love all the unique creativity from it, and they're like, Dad, maybe, and this is coming from my wife too. My wife was like, she's like, hey, maybe this is an idea for you, but she's like, on YouTube necessarily, yes, there's a lot of viewers that are essentially, maybe teenagers to young adults that are on YouTube a lot. But my
Right.
wife was like, what about kids? Kids that are like 6 years old to 14 years old, kids that have just only tablets, don't have phones, and all they do is watch YouTube all day.
Yeah.
Like kids are a big thing, a big part of a lot of creators. But do I want to be focused on kid friendly content? No, because that's just not myself. Because I'm not gonna lie, if no one knows me, I do cuss every other second, and I'm very proud that I have not cussed on your podcast, Schmoog.
You have.
But
You have at the
I
beginning.
I have, okay.
Uh it's fine. It's fine.
Ah,
He's like, oh
anyway,
no.
oh my god. Anyway, there's a lot of new ideas that have been flowing in my head, and I've been writing down. But I think one of
Yeah.
the big things is that, and my wife also brought up. She's like, because she's noticed this on me. I haven't noticed this about myself, but
Hmm.
she's like, honestly, she's like, I see you sitting down when you're not playing Valorant or not playing anything with your team. I see you sitting on the couch and you're just playing the old Nintendo 64 Mario Golf for like 5 hours. And then
See?
she's like, why don't you just be yourself and just play that? And then and then these are things that I don't even think about. They're not even in my
Right.
head.
Right.
And then for my family to come up and just give me ideas, I've been just writing all this down. I'm going to be doing just whole new content, different things, and honestly just trying stuff out. That's what content creating is,
Right.
trying new
Yeah.
things, trying stuff out. So
Right.
that's what's coming up. And besides the team content, that just be ready to see, guys, a lot of just new content for me, whether it's horror games, kit games. It's just gonna be all new, and just catch that on my TikToks and my YouTube. So
Absolutely. And I think that's good. Like you kind of said, when it comes to content creator, it is hard to stay in one niche. And again, we can use I am Rob again for another example. He went from being an FPS Call of Duty creator, and now he is doing the story driven, not just story driven games, but the story driven games where he is doing 100% completions for every single game. And that takes a lot of dedication. And again, it's not something that he has to do with other people. He can do it by himself when he has the time, and sit down and try to get these accomplishments done. And I think that's great that your wife noticed, like, look, David, you sit there and you play this, why not record it? And that's one thing that I think people misunderstand when it comes to content creation, or like, I guess, streaming in general, is, oh, it has to be a popular game, or it has to be this. Sometimes you get known from playing the games that no one knows about, or you get known from, oh my God, what is this guy doing on the N64? Like, it's 2023, but it's like, that's what brings you traction. And that's what, brings you the the people that want to watch you, because it's so intriguing, and it's not bunched in with all the other creators. So that's definitely something good to make yourself stand out. And I think that's also why I kind of started this podcast, because it's like, look, I do create, Call of Duty content, FPS content, but it's so saturated right now, and the game is in a weird state, that I'm like, what can I do that makes me happy, but also makes me connect with the community? And that's why I started this. And after this is episode 4. After 4 episodes, I've fallen in love with podcasting. Like, shit, I might just become a full-time podcaster. Like, at this point,
yeah, hey, you're doing a phenomenal job. Actually, if you guys have not caught the previous 3 episodes before this, go for it,
please,
because
please,
you're meeting different people, different backgrounds, different communities. It's like, honestly, it's something that what's unique about being in the content creation world is that everyone is
yes,
unique in their own way. And
yes,
How Schmoog is bringing all this together for everyone to see everyone's different worlds. It's I'm gonna say it. It's fucking incredible.
thank you.
Anyway,
Wow. And- oh my goodness. Well, so I guess speaking to the audience who might be, content creators or future creators that are trying to, get into this sort of realm, I guess, what can you say? What advice can you give these aspiring creators, that can, help them manage, their personal commitments, their family, plus creating content? I guess, give me 1 or 2 bullet points of like advice you could give someone.
first one, it's important. It's just don't give up. You want to
Yeah,
be you want to be you want to be a creator. You want to go into this space. You want to make this a living. Just don't give up. Just that you may hit a rough patch. Take a mental reset. Take a mental break. Honestly, that's what I honestly didn't have not posted a single YouTube video in almost like 3 months. I haven't. I post occasional TikToks, short form TikToks on some nice Valorant clips or something like that. But besides that,
mhm,
I took a long break that I thought was necessary, not to only focus on myself but focus on my kids. But and also I did get a new job. But
right,
besides that, I wanted to focus on what makes me happy, what kind of like you're saying, what niche, what draws my attention that I love doing, and just no matter what, I don't care what anyone else says or thinks, just do what you love. And so, and that's honestly, that's one of the other things is that another thing is, or that brings on to my second bullet point, I should say, is yeah, exactly, do what you love. Just honestly, it doesn't, you don't have to follow the crowd. If you see the whole world playing Call of Duty, Valorant, Apex, and you're like, and I'm just a Nintendo Switch Pikmin player. Play Pikmin.
Yeah.
Play Pikmin. You love Pikmin? Play Pikmin. Record yourself killing. I don't know what those Pikmin little guys are called. Pikmin. Maybe they are called Pikmin. I don't know.
The little pigment.
I don't know. But record yourself playing what you love. That's honestly where I was at. I am one of the big things that you will know about me. I'm a huge Resident Evil horror fan, but I changed it up a little bit from that. I'm
Mhm.
doing something different, and honestly, it's things that I want to enjoy. And one of the big things is I honestly, if my kids are listening to this, they're probably gonna be like, "You're such a liar, Dad." But like I want to start playing more with my kids. My daughter, my 14-year-old daughter. If you guys don't know, my 14-year-old daughter, she is a huge Splatoon 3 fan.
Love it.
My daughter, she is, oh dude, she's gonna kick my butt if I don't remember her rank. But she plays competitive. She plays on that competitively. But apparently, my daughter's on the S plus zero, something's S plus zero rank, which is, I think she's like one level away from the pro level.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she's 14,
Future
and
esports in the house.
I, Splatoon people. Anyone want to do
Please,
Splatoon
please,
esports
please
with me?
help us
No.
out.
Yeah.
Please help us out.
No, my daughter's been like, play Splatoon with me. My son loves playing football. My son's on his second year of playing tackle football,
Awesome.
and he loves playing football games. I think he's playing a Roblox football game right now.
See,
So
Roblox is everything. Everything in Roblox.
yeah, exactly. So
If you
just
love
honestly,
Roblox, do Roblox.
exactly. So number one, kid, never give up. Keep going for it. And number two, play what you love. Do what you love. Just stick to those 2 points. And then honestly, I'll give you a little bonus one. Third one. It's okay to get out of your comfort zone.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
okay. It's okay. I, for the love of God, did not know how to edit to save my damn life. Like
Right.
honestly, I stared at DaVinci Resolve and I'm like, what in the hell am I doing? And but guess what? After almost a month to 2 months of YouTube videos and me playing around with DaVinci, I can edit my videos no problem. Captions, transitions. I
Yes.
can I can make pop-ups. I can even apply green screens and they blend in perfectly.
Right.
Just do what you follow, never give up, do what you love, never be afraid to go out your comfort zone.
Absolutely. And those are two great points. And I think it's great that you brought up the editing piece of it, because that's another huge misconception when it comes to content creation in the world of content creation. A lot of creators that you are watching on your YouTube do their editing by themselves. And I think that is a huge misconception of, oh, you only create content and you send it to your editor. No, come, I mean, a lot of these guys that are starting out, I mean, me and you right here, two of us, we're editing all of our own work and we're posting it on YouTube. And I think that's something that can be learned just from YouTube. Just type in, how do I edit this video, and follow along. You can definitely teach yourself. So that's one thing that probably scares a lot of creators when it comes to that. Like, oh, I don't have hundreds of dollars to pay for an editor. You don't need one. Learn it. And again, the whole point of creating content is to get better. Do something different every time to better yourself, and eventually you'll get to where you want to. This is a marathon, like everyone says, not a race.
And another thing too, if you are afraid or if you think you may mess something up, do not hesitate to go to ask for help, or or
Absolutely.
better yet, do not hesitate. Come into Team Name Loading's a Discord server. Ask us. Should myself
Hmm.
personally, I don't mind going in a call and showing you some things, and every creator will probably jump in that call and be like, hey, what's going on here? Let me give you my insight. And there's a lot of different creators in our Discord that either edit with Adobe Premiere Pro, or they edit with DaVinci, and
Right.
we all have our certain tips and tricks that we can do to help you. So, but
Yes.
don't hesitate to ask for help.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Um, Also with new creators, I think one thing that they're super hyper focused on, which is kind of weird to me, but I guess I kind of understand, is like I need a partnership. I need a partnership. I need a partnership. And that's really like, again, kind of like what you said earlier in our podcast. It's, you really need to focus on yourself, and eventually those will come. But I think a lot of people get super focused on that, and they just miss the mark when it comes to creating content. And that's why they, aren't ultimately being seen by these companies, because they're really focused on pick me up, pick me up. And again, it's kind of like an org thing, like we talked about. Just having that in front of your name is not going to make you successful. So
Right.
kind of, how can you, in your opinion, how can you approach wanting a partnership but not being, overbearing when it comes to it?
So talking on a personal experience, I one of the big partnerships I was always dreaming to grab is, I'm sure you've seen this, Ruga, was being with Advanced GG.
Yep.
I love their product. I was that person where I, did all my best to, any Twitter posts, let me give a vouch, let me do this, let me do that.
Right.
And honestly, just I was always, I even got to the point where, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have like eight to nine advanced GG tubs back here.
Yep.
And I mean, they're delicious, and it's a phenomenal product. But I reached to the point where, I saw it in myself where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
I sh- I shouldn't need to spend hundreds of dollars for a company to notice me.
Right.
I should honestly, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, my fucking my my wife chewed my butt because she's like,
Hmm.
you ordered another advanced GG tub, seriously? And I was like, oh yeah, sorry. And then
Right.
because she's like, and then she was one of the first reasons why, she kind of made open my eyes, because
Right.
she was like, you don't need to buy something for you to be with them. She's like,
Right.
if they see the value in you, they see the true potential and what you bring to the table, they will be the ones sending you products,
Right.
not the
Absolutely.
other way around.
Yes.
So back to what I was saying, like for an example, see, my phenomenal partner just walked by. Hi, you're my spouse. I'm kidding. Anyway, so like another good example, one product I love that I would love to be a partner for, but I am not going above and beyond and trying to, buy everything, is High Star. I'm sure you know High Star. See, I don't have the box with me, but I do. Oh, well, you can kind of see it in the corner here. I have their more that exact mouse pad. I have the Mirai mouse pad.
Yes. Same.
It's a
Yep.
phenomenal mouse pad. If you guys haven't gotten it, use Fractal Zion's code,
Yes.
Fam Bam. Get yourself a nice little discount. It's the um, best mouse pad. Sorry, I lost the
Yep.
train of thought.
Yep.
But either way, I'm not going above and beyond trying to get their attention. I'm making my presence known, getting to know the community.
Right.
Saying hi here and there.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, if High Star really sees me as a fit to join their family, I believe 100% they will reach out to me, being like, Kano, would you like to be brought on as a partner?
Right.
So just don't worry about them. If they see you and they see the creativity, they see how unique you are, you will be receiving a DM from them. It doesn't hurt if you'd like. It does not hurt for you to reach out, sending out a DM to them, be like, hey,
Yes.
just out of curiosity, my name is so and so. I just was curious on how do you select your partners? Is there certain criteria or certain requirements I need to meet? Just something that I would like to know down the road. If you have any questions, or if you want to or see my content, this is where you can go. Drop your link. And also, key thing, if you want to be a little professional, make sure you have like a link tree, a solo link, or something like that to have all your
Yes.
all your links together. It just looks professional, just my opinion. But
Yeah.
that's my approach on partnerships.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up as well, because I think that that's something that when you're an aspiring creator or you're wanting to create content, that's one thing I think that a lot of people need to focus on is their branding. I mean, branding is super important when it comes to being a creator and making sure you're consistent across everything and making sure you do have, you know, a one-stop shop for links and clicks. And I think that is something, I mean, it is hard to, when you don't have a clear branding, it's hard for someone to even reach out to you or find you. And I think that's why a lot of creators like myself, I mean, I'm schmoogly on like everything because it's just easy to find, you know, there's not a bunch of X's, there's not a bunch of Y's, there's not a bunch of, you know, TTVs everywhere. Like it's just a clear branding that makes sense and, you know, one clear logo. And I think that's super important when it comes to that. But again, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on stuff like this. This is stuff that can be made through, I mean, yourself through Canva. I use Canva quite often and stuff that you can use. Like there's a lot of free stuff out there that people don't realize that they think a lot of stuff is paid. And I think that's good to use. Kind of like you said, you know, using DaVinci Resolve, you're using a lot of green screen stuff. A lot of that stuff's free. You don't have to pay for stuff. So I think that's another misconception when it comes to content creation and being in this realm. You, by any means, we're not rich. We just use what we can. We use what we can to get by and eventually hope to make the money through the content creation. But again, it's more about love than the money. But if this can be a full time, why wouldn't you want to be, you know, a full time boss per se?
Correct. 100%.
So kind of looking into the future, I guess what role do you see yourself playing like in the gaming and esports world in in the next few years, like both as a creator and a manager, and kind of what's your aspirations moving forward?
Honestly, I'm 31 years old. I I want to be able to I want to be able to say that I made it in this industry.
Mhm.
And one of the big things is as an esports manager, like an example, Mike, also all my Call of Duty team, including you, Schmoog. I want to see you guys on that CDL league stage.
Woo.
I want to see you guys there.
That would be
And
insane.
and then of course same thing with my Rocket League team. I want to see you guys on I'm not sure what the
RLCS.
name.
Yep.
Yep, there. I want to see you
RLCS.
guys in the RLCS stage against all those top orgs, and then of course, as you all know, with our Valorant teams. I mean, one day I want to see team name loading at VCT champions. So
Yes.
like
Insane. Insane.
insane. I mean, is it doable? Yes. Is there? Are we gonna let other teams, other people tell us that no, you guys suck, you guys can't do it? No, fuck no. I believe 1,000% that my like the teams that I'm the manager of, I want them to reach for the stars, and I can see them doing that. And then with the family behind me, with all of our team yelling fans, shout out to all of you, everyone
Yes.
that's been part of our family, including, dude, this is the most crucial part, including our community. Like
100%.
our community is growing day by day, and I am just so grateful, like just being able to see where we are, how we are now. I mean, are we the biggest org? No, we're not. Are we just we're not, we're about to be a year old, coming I believe in August.
Woo, that's crazy.
And
Yeah.
yeah, a year old. And it's good. I think I'm going to be hitting a year too soon, I think in like November or something like that.
Yep.
So like is it a dream come true that I'm part of this org? Yes. Do I see us reaching for the stars and possibly be the biggest org out there? Yes. I it's not just if, it's when. And
Right.
right now everyone's putting their hard work together. Shout out to the owners, Fractal, Bubba, Stag. You guys are doing your part, coming together, making those necessary decisions for us to be able to make the to go to the next step. Because for right now, it's a stepping game for us. And
Yes.
honestly, there's no necessarily a top, but we just keep going up,
Right.
because all we can do is all we can do is improve. And then in regards to my content, of course, do I want to be a YouTube partner? Do I want to be able to make revenue off my own content? Absolutely. And I will, besides me working on the team content, the esports content, I still will be doing my homework, learning little by little, and just seeing what I can do to improve myself. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's just about you dedicating yourself to wanting to improve. I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
Yep.
Rob. I know you're probably. I'm not. If you're watching, I am Rob. I'm watching your Assassin's Creed Valhalla video that just hit 1 million views, and that shit's hysterical. Like it's a 36-minute video, but
Yes.
regardless, that 36-minute video is gold.
And
And
and Sooner, that editor, he's amazing too.
yes, shout out to Sooner.
Shout
And
out to Sooner
honestly,
too. Yeah.
yeah, if you guys don't know that they're a little group of Big E, phenomenal
Yes.
inspiration
Absolutely.
taking nothing and building something with it. And shout out to Big, was it Big Rob? Is it Big
Big
Rob
Rob
Energy?
Energy. Yep.
Dude, that guy's hysterical with his
Hmm.
with what are they called, the like when he's talking to himself? I forgot what they're called.
It's just skits. I mean, Big E
Skits.
does.
There you go.
Big E
There you
does the
go.
skits, and so does Big Rob. And I mean, it's just,
Like
it's just
he,
funny, and that's it. Again, that's a niche, So
yeah, and there you go. And then know what the funny thing is? All like Sooner, a phenomenal editor, phenomenal creator, phenomenal family man. So is with everyone else.
mhm.
They're all not part of orgs.
Yeah,
They're
and that's one thing. One last thing I want to say is, like, I know we talked about being on an org in this podcast, but again, it's not about that. It's about finding people that love what you do and that you can bounce ideas off of. I mean, just like Mr. Beast has said 100 times, he made a group chat with a bunch of people that he thought was going to be, you know, huge, and everyone loved YouTube just like he did, and they spent every day in a Discord call going over stuff. And again, they're not a part of an organization. They just found creators and like-minded people that love to do what they do, and really that's just what it is when it comes down to it. Find
correct.
people that will do the same thing and you can bounce ideas off of.
Just yeah, just honestly, it's just about that supportive group. Honestly, it's I'll just be honest with you. In this space, you will encounter a lot of toxicity,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
toxicity, a lot of negativity.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself. Focus on finding that group of people. You don't have to necessarily find a group of people, but if you end up running into a group of people that support your goals and what you want to do, by all means, just stick with that group, because at the end of the day, that group could be the one that will honestly work with you to see and be happy to see your success.
Right. Absolutely. Well, kind of wrapping things up here because we are running on an hour here for the podcast. Kind of give the people where they can find you here. And of course, all these links will be down below. All these links will be down below, but kind of give them whether you're live streaming, where all your content is, kind of give them that.
So as of right now, uh, of course, you can find my link will be in the description of this video. I will send Schmoogly my direct link to find all my links. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little announcement. So I did I was streaming on Kick, and
Mhm.
it's a great experience. It's nice to see a lot of new people come together. But honestly, one of my big goals that I've always wanted is to be a YouTube partner.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I will be streaming mainly on YouTube,
Love it.
and I am going to be focusing on just creating videos that I know that I will love. And I'm not going to lie to you, I did used to pay for a couple editors here and there just because with how busy I get. But what I plan on doing is I plan on doing I will be doing absolutely everything. The only thing I can probably tell you is I will probably not be able to do, but I will reach out for help, which like I said, you can always can,
Of course.
is our the thumbnails. So
Yeah,
I know a lot
of
of
course.
the thumbnails are something unique that I wish I had the ability to do, but that's one thing I won't. But editing, that's something else entirely. Anyway, you can find my link in the description of this video below. I will be streaming on YouTube, posting YouTube. My goal is to my goal eventually is to be being able to post on a one video on YouTube probably every 3-4 days or possibly once every week.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Awesome.
so, but mhm.
Love it. Well, you guys heard it here. Thank you, Kano, so much for coming on to the Level Up Chronicles podcast. I really appreciate it. We had a lot of great conversations in this podcast, and I can't wait to, grow TNL with you and see where you go and let you hit YouTube partner, and eventually we'll get there and we'll look back on this episode 4 after I release another 30,000 episodes, and it'll be crazy. So
It will be. It will be. I believe in you, Schmoog. Like I said, everyone. It's all about finding that group of people that it's being supported. Schmoog has been one of the most supportive people that I've ever met. Great human being, honestly. Dude, I'm only 3 hours away from this guy. I honestly
yes.
one of these days I'm probably just gonna surprise myself at his doorstep and
Oh
just
my goodness, we're gonna meet soon. And again, that's one thing. Find people that you can meet. Find people in your town, because you never know who is going to be doing it. Anyways, guys,
exactly.
thank you so much for listening. We will catch you on the next episode. We are live every Wednesday, new episode every Wednesday. So if you guys are interested and wanting to kind of showcase yourself on the Level Up Chronicles podcast, please reach out to me. Of course, all my links will be down below, my personal and Level Up Chronicles also down below. So I'm your host Schmoogly, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.